While it may be raining kittens all summer, AHS is definitely expecting a windfall of rabbits soon. Plus, a name your own price adoption special. We're going to tell you all about that and so much more right here on Pets on Parade. Good morning and welcome to Pets on Parade, brought to you by 3TV. I'm Kelsey Dickerson with the Arizona Humane Society. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this Saturday. Now we have an absolutely adorable litter of kittens named Duck, Ducky, and Goose. But can you guess what this one's name is? We're gonna give you a hint. It's named after one of those choices. And who can resist this ball of fluff? This sweet girl is absolutely stealing hearts left and right. And if you're a soccer fan, then you're going to want to hear all about Miss Mia. Even though that is our kitty friend, here's Mia. She's just tricking you guys. And do you recognize the character that this kitty is named after? Regardless of if you remember her namesake or not, we think this cutie is just as big of a star, right, Janine?
Well, she's a star in my book, Gidget. What a cute little, sweet little calico. And she's got the longer hair, which you don't see that often. And a fun fact, calicos, most of the time, are female, which is, it's a wonderful thing. But look at the back of her ears. Look at this, the markings. They're so cute. They're like half and half. And come on, there you go. She is such a sweetheart. She's actually kind of looking like this toy here with her fur. She was brought in to the Humane Society, and then she went to our kitten nursery, and they checked her out to make sure that she was healthy. And she did have some ear mites and a little bit, she needed some weight gain. But so she went into a foster hero home, and that's where she just thrived, and she did so wonderful. And now she's very social and sweet. She's a teeny bit timid in here, but I wouldn't think that would last but 5 minutes and you're a new home. And what we have at the shelter, which is a very interesting thing, we have the bottle baby ICU, and that's for kittens that can't eat on their own, they can't defecate, and they have to be bottle fed every 2 to 3 hours around the clock. And then the kitten nursery is when they've graduated and now they are on their own, but they don't need as much care. And that's usually where the fosters come in when they can take them from the kitten nursery, because they're usually around 5, 6 weeks old, and they're much more self-sufficient. But I tell you, I foster myself, and it is the most rewarding thing ever. I just absolutely love caring for kittens.
Oh, they are just the best. And look, how can you resist that little ball of cuteness?
Hi,
Thank
baby.
you so much for that, Janine. And named after one of the greatest soccer players of all time, Mia Hamm inspired a generation of girls to play soccer. And I have a feeling this Mia is going to inspire a lot of great times as well. Right, ladies?
Whew. She has got the energy of a whole soccer team right here, this little one. She is crazy. She takes 2 of us to control her. But she was actually confiscated by the Phoenix Police Department and brought to the Arizona Humane Society over the counter. We often work with all of the police departments, something where there's some sort of owner problem. In this case, the owner was arrested for not animal-related issues, and Mia was left behind with no one to care for her. So the police department brings them over the counter, and they go through our process where they get examined by our veterinarians, they get all of their vaccines, they get microchipped, health checked, and then they get spayed. And here she is at 10 weeks. We do give the people a chance to try to recover their pup, but this girl was released for adoption. So if you're thinking to bring Mia home, 4th of July is right around the corner. So I know everybody gives you 4th of July tips, but really, 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 the one thing you can do, nobody thinks their dog will get out, but it happens. Trust me, everybody's busy at AHS the day after 4th of July. Even if you take your dog's collar off and use a Sharpie and just write your name and phone number on the inside of the collar, that could save your dog's life, and we can call you and get your dog returned to you. But update your microchip. Make sure that you find something to keep your dog active. Don't take them to the fireworks display. This is a day to leave your pets at home. It's hot, it's loud. go ahead and just leave them home in a room, a quiet room. My dog loves the walk-in closet. I put a radio in there and turn it on. And we just let her in there with her food and her water and let her out when the activities are over. So 4th of July, after that, is our busiest day. So please get your microchips updated, get a name and a tag on your collar. If not, look on all the lost pages the day after 4th of July. Hopefully your pet will make it safe to one of the agencies to hold for you.
Absolutely, and you are definitely going to get your steps in with this little one. So thank you so much for that life-saving information. And do you remember our long-timer Dustin? He spent almost a year in Valley shelters after being transferred to AHS from Maricopa County Animal Care and Control. Well, we are super happy to announce that Dustin finally found a family of his own. It's no surprise that everyone at the shelter fell in love with him, as he is extremely charming and affectionate, always ready for a cuddle session and greeting everyone with a smile. Dustin's friendliness knew no bounds, and we couldn't be happier for Dustin and his adorable family. Look at all those smiles. Absolutely love that. Oh my goodness, so great. And it is pretty wild that the 4th of July is just around the corner, but luckily we have a new way for people to help our pets during this special holiday. And it sounds like so much fun, Denise.
Yes, we are looking for readers of all ages. So we are looking for our experienced readers all the way down to our newest readers to participate in Read to the Shelter Pets program, which we are holding on July 4th, starting at 8 p.m. So if you want more information or to sign up, visit our website at azhumane.org/events. It's great. We're trying to create a calm, soothing environment for the pets in our care so you can help pets, plus give our newest readers a chance to practice their skills with our pets. This is Ducky, and she is 9 weeks old. When she came to the Arizona Humane Society, she had an upper respiratory infection and was a little scared, but let me tell you, she has come out of her shell and she is ready to explore. She loves to be held, but let me tell you, when she's done being held, she wants to play. So make sure when you bring Ducky home, you have a lot of different toys. So come on down the 4th of July evening, readers, read to our pets, and check out 9-week-old Ducky.
And you know what? Maybe you can find a rubber ducky in our thrift stores to go along with
That's
Ducky.
right.
Love that. Thank you so much for that, Denise. And it's no secret that younger pets do tend to get adopted first, but we truly love our older babies at AHS and hope if anyone out there is looking to adopt, that they'll consider opening their hearts and homes to not one, not two, but maybe multiple gray muzzled seniors, Perry.
Right, Kelsey. This little guy right here is Ed. This is Eddie, and don't you dare confuse them. They know the difference, Ed, Eddie, and you mentioned there's actually a third one. They were actually brought into us. Our field team brought them in from an owner that was just too sick to actually care for them. So there are 3 of them. They are not in the buddy system, but it would be absolutely fantastic if they could go home in some fashion together. They are 9 years old. This little guy, when he came in, had some dental disease, which is pretty typical for this breed and also for this age group. Nothing really severe, but it's just going to take some good food and some care for him. They are kind of very bonded. They're very happy puppies considering the condition they came in. So we were asking you to open your hearts to older pets. Older pets are wonderful. They, you know what they're going to look like. You know their behaviors. There's no surprises along the way. They're not going to get any bigger than this. It's absolutely fantastic to adopt a senior pet. You know, these guys are not large dogs, but we are having a real crisis right now, and not only the Arizona Humane Society, across the country, large dogs are not moving out of shelters. We have a special going on right now. It's to the end of June. It is name your own price. So come on down, and any dog 1 and older qualifies. Like I said, these guys are not, they qualify, they're not large dogs, but we really would like to concentrate on getting these large dogs out of the shelter. You name your own price, you could take these 2 guys home, and it would be fantastic. Again, through the end of June, go to our website, azhumane.org/adopt, and check out all the fantastic animals we have for adoption.
Absolutely, and these 2 have been just full of smiles, tail wags, and kisses, not just for you, but for each other too. It's so cute. Thank you so much for that. And summertime equals busiest time for the Arizona Humane Society, and there is no shortage of pets who need your help just for a little while. We'll tell you about some of these adorable pets who are sure to hop their way into your hearts in no time. That's coming up after the break. Welcome back to Pets on Parade. Now, like we mentioned before the break, the Arizona Humane Society always has so many pets who are in need of just a little reprieve from the shelter while they're on their journey to their forever homes. And we are so excited that Carrie Hughes is joining us again in studio, along with her foster teammate, Manny Guerrero, to tell us all about how you can help some of our bunny friends.
Absolutely. Kelsey, thank you so much for having us on today. We have so many bunnies that need your support right now. And Manny, tell our viewers a little bit about what to expect if you foster a bunny.
Absolutely. What to expect, as you can see, they're very handleable, lovable creatures. They love to be handled. They love the care that you are able to provide for them. They're just very sweet, and we definitely need some help fostering these rabbits.
Absolutely. So, you know, right now, why do we need so many bunny fosters? Well, unfortunately, we have at least 3 homes that are overwhelmed with the number of rabbits that they have in their homes, and they've reached out to the Arizona Humane Society for support. To put it in perspective, there are over 100 rabbits that need to come into the shelter right now. Now, these rabbits are all different ages. When a rabbit comes into the Arizona Humane Society, it needs to be quarantined for a 2-week period to make sure it doesn't have rabbit hemorrhagic disease. And you know what? We just ask that you don't combine these rabbits with any of your own personal rabbits, and they'll be fine. They just need the same care that you would provide, just love, support, handling, great nutrition. But our teeniest bunnies, so Manny and I right now are holding 2 9-week-old bunnies. And these bunnies will need to be altered. All of our rabbits are altered before they go up for adoption. But the surgery, a rabbit spay or a rabbit neuter, is a very fragile surgery. And so we need to make sure that these kiddos are at least 4 pounds. Males can be altered at 4 months old, but females have to be 6 months old before they can be altered. And that's so that their reproductive organs actually are in the correct spot when we go in and do surgery. So as you can imagine, 100 rabbits for a longer period of time is going to take many members of our community to step up and step forward to care for these. Now, Manny, talk a little bit about the kind of housing and nutrition that these kiddos will need.
Absolutely. These are very simple creatures to take care of. If you see here, we have a habitat set up for them.
Is it a habitat, Manny?
It's called a wabbitat.
A wabbitat.
A wabbitat is provided by the Arizona Humane Society. All the supplies you see here will be sent home with you, and they all required 80% hay to eat, 20% pellets, and always the fosters are encouraged to feed them their own greens just to give them that enrichment.
Oh my gosh, that's the best part, is being able to go buy fresh veggies for your sweet fluffy ones.
Absolutely. And as well, we have amazing kids that make some toys for them and water, of course, and these rabbits are going to be set up for success for you to take them home and care for them until they're ready for adoption.
One fascinating thing that I find about rabbits is that they pretty much self-train themselves to use a litter box. So unlike a cat or a dog where you have to maybe give them a little bit more guidance, these rabbits, as long as you put the litter box in, you don't even have to clean it that often. Every 24, 48 hours is good, but they'll train themselves. So I love that about rabbits.
Absolutely. Every once in a while, you'll see their little poop in the litter box, but you'll just have to scoop that up, no problem.
Oh, well, we hope that you will step forward today to foster some of these sweet critters. azhumane.org/foster. And you know what, Kelsey? It's not only rabbits that need your help today. There are so many other cats and dogs in our shelter. And I think Perry said it before. We are overflowing with the number of animals that need your help. From bottle baby kittens to a little bit older kittens to our adult cats that might have a kitty cold. These sweet pups, there's just not enough support right now to be able to place all of these sweet friends. So please, if you are at home for the 4th of July weekend, we need you. Please sign up, azhumane.org/foster. Email, text, give us a call. We are here to support you.
Absolutely. We love that. Thank you so much for joining us in studio. And like you mentioned, there is no shortage of pets that fit any schedule. So make sure to visit azhumane.org/foster to sign up, and stay tuned because we have more adorable pets who are looking for their forever homes on the way.
We're not into
Welcome
toys.
back to Pets on Parade. Now we had Ducky from this litter earlier, which can only mean this is, I don't know, I'm trying to blank, Janine.
Duck. And I think there's one more part to this little game. Look at this baby. Oh my gosh, such a doll. We're calling this one a diluted calico, but it's got just a touch of the peach in there. The peach and the gray is diluted calico, which is just a fainter version of calicos. So they, the Duck Duck Goose little kitties came in with an owner surrender, and they went into our bottle baby, or into our kitten nursery, and then into foster. They had some kitty colds, you know, upper respiratory, eye, nose, all those kind of things. But once they get to heal in a home, that is like the best medicine right there, because they get to relax and they get to just be socialized and petted, and they just, I mean, that is the best way to heal when you're not feeling good. So I just want to talk about again, reiterate, the microchip is the best way to find your pet. 1 in 3 pets go missing in their lifetime, and if you have inserted a microchip, which is the size of a grain of rice. It's so small, and it has all your pertinent information. That is the easiest way for vets or for the Humane Society or other shelter groups that will actually come and scan them, and then they return your pet in no problem, no time. So I think we need, you can also go on azhumane.org/microchip, because we offer them at a very discounted price, and you can schedule an appointment. And that is the best way, because their collars can come off. There's so many other things that can happen. It's the best way to get your pet back.
Absolutely, it is so important, and it's very easy. Thank you so much for that important information, Janine. And now our next pup may not be as fast as a Concord, but he sure is much cuter. What is his story, Lisa?
Well, Concord is a 2-year-old German Shepherd, beautiful purebred German Shepherd, super smart. We're learning all about him today. He knows sit. And he was a confiscate from the Phoenix Police Department. Again, AHS is the agency to assist the police department on any sort of confiscate, or he was abandoned in the backyard and the police were called out, so they call our agency to actually take custody of the actual animals to provide care for them. So that was Concord's situation. He was just abandoned, and so we got him out of the heat into a kennel. And we work with the police agencies who work with the courts. If you have had your animal abandoned or seized for any reason, those people have a certain amount of time to try to get their animal back. And then once a court deems that this is no longer their property, it becomes the property of Arizona Humane Society, and then we have the ability to spay, neuter, provide non-life-saving medical care, and then get them prepared for adoption to you. So that was Concord's situation here. He was abandoned in a yard, and so we're learning about him now. He will probably need a dog intro and a routine. We don't know what his old routine was. We have very little history. So for him, he's looking for a family that's willing to do things at his own pace and learn what maybe was his routine. I just learned you know sit if you have a handful of hot dogs. So things will come pretty quickly. So if you're thinking of a beautiful German Shepherd, this guy is great. He's now neutered and ready for a new family.
Absolutely gorgeous. And you know what? I'll sit for a handful of hot dogs too, so I don't blame him. Thank you so much, Lisa. And Mr. Martin is almost unrecognizable. This handsome dog looks nothing like the smelly ball of fur that first arrived to the shelter. His fur was so badly matted when an EMT found him, he was unable to walk normally. Feces had become tangled in his fur, and the thick mats completely obscured his adorable face. Because he was unable to see, Mr. Martin was understandably really scared when he first came to us and had to be muzzled in order to handle him safely. But all of that melted away as soon as we were able to look into his eyes, as our amazing groomer carefully cut away the hair that covered his face, leaving him in the dark for so long. Mr. Martin's true personality began to emerge, and it soon became clear that he absolutely craved physical touch. Mr. Martin is soaking up all of the love and cuddles he can in his new home. Congratulations, Mr. Martin. And we talked about our need for bunny fosters earlier, but guess what happens when they come back from foster? They need a forever home. And this lovely girl is so sweet, Denise.
Yes, this is Orchid, and you're right. She did spend some time in a foster home, and now she is looking for her forever home. So you'll see if you get the camera close, she has what almost looks like a double chin, and that's actually called a dewlap, and that's very common in female bunnies who are spayed later in life or haven't been spayed at all. And that's used, the mommy bunny plucks her own fur off of the dewlap. It's a roll of fat that's under her jawline, and uses that fur to line the nest for the baby bunnies. So it's very common, like I said, for female rabbits to have it. It can be almost invisible on smaller breed rabbits, but the larger breeds, it can look almost like a full neck rest, kind of like Orchid here. Orchid's foster family says that she was just a little bit shy at first, but once she opened up, she loves attention and she loves head rubs like most rabbits. So she is looking to be in a family that's going to give her a lot of attention.
Oh my goodness, and look at her just laying there, just loving on those pets. Thank you for that, Denise. And we've been talking about how to keep your pet safe during the holiday throughout the show. And while no one wants to think of the possibility, it's definitely important to know what to do if your pet goes missing. Right, Linda?
That's right. This is Abbott, and in a little while you're going to meet his sister, Costella, and they were confiscated, and they're now in our care. This little guy here, he's quite shy, and he does not like the leash. So I would encourage you to go online and look at our behavior classes, our training classes, and get this little guy socialized. The two of them are bonded. They don't have to go home together, but it sure would be nice. And again, we keep emphasizing with the holidays, and the fireworks, these guys need to be microchipped, have a collar with their name and phone number, just all kinds of information so that we can get them reunited if they do take off. So this is Abbott, and Costella will be coming out shortly, and take them home. Thank you.
Absolutely. We have lots of pets to take home. And do you remember the options that we gave you at the beginning of the show of what this little kitty's name is? Well, if you've been paying attention, you should know. We're going to let you know if you're right at the break coming up, after the break. Welcome back to the show. Now, we met this cute girl's brother right before the break, and now it is her turn for the spotlight, Perry.
Right, Kelsey, and I was so relieved to know that I'm not the only person in the studio who knows who Abbott and Costello are. This is Costella, though. This is the female version of Costello. And same story, obviously came in, too many pets in the household. They were a little shy at first, a little fearful, but we got them in the studio here. They're actually quite social. They are very, very sweet doggies. You know, and it's getting hot out there. We're in 100-degree temperatures, and from what I see in the forecast, it's going to be even hotter in the next few days or so. We're talking high hundreds, or higher in the 100 degrees anyway. And what do you do with your dog in those times? Obviously, when you are walking them, use some common sense. Walk early in the morning, late at night. What else do you do? How about those play pools that are $10? How about snuffle mats, Kong toys, all kind of great toys like interactive learning toys. Go out and do some research on what to do with your dog in the summertime.
Absolutely. And now it is time for our last guest of the show. We saw him at the beginning. And now, what is the name, Janine?
Duck, duck, goose. And look at this little squirt. He is so cute. He's black, but he has underlying stripes, which is very cool. And whoever gets him needs to get this toy. He has just been going to town with this thing. He loves anything that has a lot of movement. I just wanted to really quick talk about fostering, because 4th of July is coming, and it is a shorter time. A lot of people will be gone, but we really are going to need fosters. And even if you can do 2 weeks, that is like the best thing. If you have people that just travel all the time and you want a part-time pet, you will love fostering just for a little while, and it makes such a difference for us and for you and yourself.
Truly, absolutely. It is very important. Even just a few days helps us as well. And before we go, we want to wish a happy belated Father's Day to everyone out there. Thank you so much for showing unconditional love, compassion, and care to not just our furry companions, but also any of your two-legged kiddos out there as well. Thank you so much for all that you do each and every day. And thank you so much for tuning in with us to Pets on Parade. Like we mentioned, we have a huge need for fostering right now, but we also have that amazing Name Your Price adoption special for dogs 1 year and older. We'll see you right here next week for Pets on Parade.